What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Zip and the Mick Sports and Shit podcast. Damn, Jimmy, hello. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm looking forward to this week, talking football with you, since we missed last week due to the holidays, which was cool. How were your holidays?
Man, it was good, man.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
ate a lot of good food, took naps.
That's the way it should be. And then heavy dumps afterwards, dude. I had to
good
call
food.
the septic guy out. I was like, dude,
Damn.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Come on.
heavy dumps, man.
You broke us.
Anyway, we'll get into more poop jokes later. So, Jimmy, let's get right to it, dude. We're talking NFL football, week 14. Who do you think is? I think I know the answer is, but who's the best team in the NFL right now?
Oh,
Oh, hold on. Before we get to that, we may have a surprise jump in. We have a guest we're waiting on. He could appear. He has the information. So if all of a sudden you see somebody hop on, that's what it is. So
just a
back,
random person.
no. I mean, I'm pretty
Like,
sure I
who's this
sent it to
dude?
the right person. I don't know.
Yeah, I got
Yeah. But back to the question, who's the best team in the NFL right now, according to you?
you. Well, I have to say, like, I can't say in the NFL. I could say NFC is. I feel like honestly, if the coach start acting like a coach and stop going on like going for it and not making it, like Detroit Lions, like head coach. If he could fucking play a little smarter football, they will be like stop going for it. Take 3 points. Like that knocked you out of the playoffs last year. You know what I mean?
So the
I'm saying the
question,
Lions
the
and NFC.
question, wait, no, the question is who's the best team in the NFL?
I can't really say that, man, because it's hard to tell. I could tell you because
You're gonna sit
it's
on the
hard to
fence. You're
say
gonna
that the
wait
Chiefs
until
are.
somebody wins the Super Bowl,
No, all
or
right. So
what?
let me explain the question that you asked me. So, like the Chiefs. So the Chiefs, I felt the last 3 games that maybe just a little like I never said this about the Chiefs that the refs are getting too much involved. Like that penalty I seen last week with the Chiefs, how it like they should have never that ball they should have never got that ball. They should have never got that ball that won the game. The refs shouldn't have overturned it and gave the ball to them. Dude, like it was offsides. Like it
Dude,
should have been
I,
that if
I
anything,
have,
but they
I
gave the
have,
ball to him. You know what
I
I
have a
mean? So,
theory. I have a theory about that. I have a theory about that because, I mean, remember the last dynasty we had in the NFL? It was the New
yeah,
England Patriots.
yeah. And the same thing.
Same
They had the
thing. It
benefit.
was the refs. It was the refs.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's like a script thing. I think it's just like
A
like a
business thing.
not really a. It's just kind
I
of
don't.
it is very hard for a human being to remain completely impartial. That's why,
Yeah.
like some judges, you're like, motherfuck
Okay.
that guy, yeah. And I think it's the same thing with NFL refs. There's,
Mhm.
it's, I mean, the heavy influence of the Chiefs are the best team, and they've got family members that know these guys are NFL refs, and I'm not saying that that's what it is, but that's my theory. I mean,
Gotcha.
I don't think that's what a theory means, but
That's the
what I'm
idea
saying,
of
and
the
I don't
game.
want to
I get
commit
you.
to it, but I've noticed it.
Yeah.
It's like the 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 team that ends up, the best in the NFL, the dynasty, whatever, it tends to get a little bit more assistance from the refs, and I think that comes from uh, the just the outside pressures and them being just fucking human, dude. So
Yeah.
does it suck? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if you're,
The last
but
3 games, like you have to say it, man. If you watch the ending of those last 3 games, like that they played,
Mhm.
and the refs influence, like that's crazy, man. Consecutively, like
Yeah.
they're not even spreading it out, man. They're doing it like they
But they
did a couple
always,
times this year. You
what's
know what I mean?
something that's always said whenever the refs get brought up, it's don't put it in the refs' hands.
Yeah.
So,
But that you had that moment there, like, come on,
yeah,
man. Like they were like
I
they
had to
had
play
opportunity to
devil's
win that
advocate.
game. they would have won the game. They're like the Chiefs. The Chiefs would have lost that game, man, if it didn't go that way.
Okay.
Yeah, they would have lost that game, man. Like, and I'm
Okay.
not
So
saying that, man. I love the Chiefs, and I ain't saying it's an organization. It's the NFL as a business because, dude, you
right?
can't. Yeah, it's like it's
Why is
not
all
their
that
fault. I'm not
why
saying that. Like how
like
I felt about Brady and the Patriots, the whole team was involved, man. They're all crooks.
yeah,
But the
that was
Chiefs, I don't feel that way. I feel it's the NFL that's telling these refs that, hey, no, 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 we got to have a champion. We got to have a
right.
dynasty.
So why is the hate on the Chiefs
It's not.
when
It's on the refs for
but
me.
it's
Personally.
also it
Yeah.
bleeds right because it has to because the Chiefs end up winning
Yeah, but they have no
and
control over that, man. That's the NFL doing that, man. Like they have no control over the refs, man. Like I think a business that because I feel the NFL is like we have to have somebody on top, so everybody else is always chasing that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So they could continue to make money off it, like they
Do you
made off the
do you,
Patriots,
do you
that
think
they're
the
making
refs
off the Chiefs.
do you think the refs need to have more exposure? Like put their names on the back of their jerseys too, so now we recognize them as fans, you know? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, because other than Ed Hockley and like his brother, who
Mhm.
are both fucking jacked, I can't name you another NFL ref.
Yeah, they're like fucking 68 and
Yeah,
fucking like
those
fucking
guys are
30 inch
fucking
arms. Like running
monsters,
4.6.
right?
You know what I mean? Like fucking dumb shit. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And that's how I recognize them. So I mean,
Yeah.
maybe start putting names on the back of these refs, and we
Mhm.
start. I think we would see a bit. We would be able to see a bit more of a pattern as just regular fans, because I know there's people out there that follow like NFL fans. They know,
Mhm.
you know, certain dudes, but yeah, dude, I think that'd be. Let's just start with
Yeah.
that. Why not?
But I don't blame the Chiefs, man. Like seriously. Like we got to do something, man. But it's the NFL doing it, man.
Yeah.
But mhm.
Okay,
They
so
got it.
you've named me two teams now
So
that
that
and I've
those are the
asked
only
you
two.
one question.
Yeah, but like I can't I don't know because like is it gonna be a even play game?
So
Because if the Lions were to play the Chiefs, what I've seen the last three games, it don't matter what I think because they already know who's going to win. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. So it's hard to tell. Like I can't really say it's the Chiefs right now because they should have lost the last couple of games, man. They have
What do you
potential to lose a couple of them the last three games. You know what I mean? So
can I ask you a question?
by all means,
What about the Bills?
it's Josh Allen.
Can you
Yeah.
put them in that conversation?
But the playoffs start. What happens to Josh Allen in the playoffs? He
I
chokes.
don't
He chokes. He's proven it, man. Since his
it's a
rookie year,
different
man, he's
year.
proven this. Like he
It's a
chokes.
different year.
Yeah, I don't know, but he is having the best year of his fucking career.
Yeah.
He
Patrick
is.
Mahomes never threw interceptions in the month of September for like the
Mm.
first 3 years of his career, and all of a sudden he's dumping them away as soon as the season starts.
This
Things
is this,
change, dude.
no, I agree because I feel that Josh Allen this year is possibly, especially the last like 6 or 7 games, like is the best year that he had, man. Like
Yeah.
and everything, he's making smarter plays though. He is because he's dumping it off. He's not throwing interceptions. He's not forcing it, and all else fell, he takes off running. You know
And
what I
that
mean? So
comes
he.
with, just playing the game and just getting
Mhm.
smarter and, more experience as you go. So, I mean, good for him. But
I don't know. I
do
think
you
he's going
think
to
they
be a
should
good
be
quarterback.
in contention with the talk of best team in the NFL?
Yeah.
I mean, they're fucking doing
Well, if you
great
want
right
me to give you, I'll give you a top five, man. I'll give you a top
now.
five. Give
I
you the
want to
top
hear
five.
your number one.
Yeah.
Let's go. Give me the
So
top
I
five.
don't, I don't, I don't have a number one because it's hard to
You just
tell
told
the
me you
whole
were going to give me
organization.
your top
Yeah.
five. How do you not have a number
So like
one?
my number one right now, if the refs weren't involved, that has a solid team, and if the coach could just take the fucking points and stop trying to do dumb shit on 4th and 2, 3, whatever. Just take the guaranteed points. I say the Lions because they got a solid defense. They got a
Didn't
solid offense, two running backs.
I think
Yeah.
I wait, hold on. Now you're I can't remember. We're gonna have to go back and review the tape because there at one point a couple weeks ago I was talking shit on Detroit because we were watching the game and he was going for it on fourth
Mhm.
on his, on their side of the
Yeah, like the
field.
35, 40 yard
Yeah,
line. Like he don't care
and
where
he
it's at.
got it. But you were happy about it. You were
Uh,
like, "That's the kind of coach he is." I remember that. I'm almost trying to blame you for uh
but no, but like no, he does that. He
praising him for that,
yeah.
but I don't think you did.
No, like
I think you were just saying that's the kind of coach he is.
that's the coach
So,
he is, man. And the thing
yeah.
that's proven, and that's what knocked him out last year, man. Like that's what knocked him out last year was going for it
Yeah.
and not making it. And
But
they could have won the game. They could have
but
won and advanced to the next round, man.
but
Like,
Jimmy, they're
you know
making it
what I
more
mean?
than anyone right now.
Yeah. They are though, because he
Yeah.
goes for it more than anyone. This dude he goes for it like
It's just a
78%
matter
of
of
the
numbers.
time, man. Like the dude's like, put that record up, put those stats up. How many times he has gone for it and everybody else is
They
closest to
they
him.
did it. They
Yeah.
showed it earlier. I should have taken a mental note, but I didn't.
But
But
big like the whole reason, like you had opportunity to win games if you just would have went for the guaranteed points. Like sometimes you got to go for it, but
yeah.
not every time, man. Not every time. You got to pick and choose, man. It's
But
a
I mean,
battle.
Jimmy, their
You got to
record
pick and
is
choose.
what, they're 12-1 right now. So
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna make that
I'm just
argument
talking
too.
about last year, brother.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Oh
you
yeah, I
know,
believe
what I'm
it
comparing on.
because that record that they have right now is gonna get them to the playoffs.
Oh,
But
they're close to playoffs.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that type of coaching, like you said, could cost them in
Awesome,
the
man. 3 points.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Because dude, you can't take another L. You're out. That's it. It's over. Boom. And then you got to wait till fucking next year. You
Especially
willing
if
to
you got
bet?
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, look at the analytics a little bit more and, you know, stop being a dumbass when it, you know, you've got the respect of everyone. Like, dude,
Mhm.
like, he's a fucking coach, whatever, he's got the respect. There's no need. Like, that kind of play got you there. Now,
Mhm.
let's figure out a way that one play doesn't cost us the entire fucking season. Jerry Judy touchdown. That means Jameis Winston
Yeah.
threw a fucking TD.
Look at this shit.
Urgh,
Dude,
look
if
at him
that
go.
shit
They
turns
they
into
didn't
a
interview
fucking
him.
game, brother, if that turns into a game, it's gonna be shocking because
Yeah. If they beat him twice in three
yeah,
weeks, holy shit! Did you see that throw?
yeah.
Look at
I'm telling you,
Jameis.
man, like he's good, but he's bad. Like when
Yeah.
he's bad, he's bad. But when he's good, he'll give you 400 yards. You know what I
Well,
mean? And 3 touchdowns.
yeah. The
Like,
next possession, he's probably going to give
but then he'll
Pittsburgh a
give you two
touchdown.
interceptions, man. He'll give you two
Yeah.
interceptions.
He's
You know
gonna
what I mean?
get he's gonna get a pick six.
Yeah.
I mean,
He-
Mika Fitzpatrick is taking
oh,
one to the
all day.
house tonight. Today. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Uh-oh, we got an Eagles player down. I didn't
Third
see
and
it because
12.
I didn't see it. I was watching fucking Jameis Winston's show up. A beauty of a pass. He was running too, and he like, ah,
Oh
good
shit.
for him.
Dude, dude.
The Eagles guy, what?
You want to hear some funny shit? Are
Absolutely, I
you
do.
don't have the Atlanta Minnesota game, do you?
No, I don't. But I
Guess what
see
Cousins?
Atlanta was up seven
Get
nothing.
yeah. Guess what Cousins doing?
He's throwing interceptions. He's under center. He's
Yes,
knuckling
dead
the
ass
nut.
under center, brother. He's up in there, like he's elbow deep. Yeah, I bullshit you not.
Oh,
He's under center, man, and he's 5 for 6, 77 yards. See, the
he,
testes weren't
yeah.
that bad. You know,
Little
it's like,
knuckle to
gotta
nut
get in there,
action.
man. Get deep.
Yeah. Oh, what a
He got
lucky
97
center.
yards right now, man. Like, yeah, he's running the
Dude,
shotgun still, but he's under center,
that's
man. Like,
that's the devil taking over.
yeah, yeah, he's running both.
That's the
He's running
devil.
both of them. So yeah, I looked up. I was like, this motherfucker. I was like, where's he at? Yeah, he was an I
Under
formation, and
center.
everything. Yep, under
Jesus.
center.
That means
Yeah,
they're gonna win.
they can
That
use the play action.
dude.
That's needed, man. Because play action and shotgun, like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, it takes too much
si-
time to develop. You know what I
Since we're
mean?
talking about
Yeah.
that game, um, it's Cousins playing his former team and apparently under center and killing it. Darnold on the other side. You see that there everyone's talking that like, oh my God, Minnesota hasn't, even begun talks with Darnold,
Mhm.
because after this season he goes to free agent. What do you think about that?
I think he earned himself a paycheck no matter where he goes. Like I think they would be smart to sign him because you could probably get Sam Darnold for the same price Tampa Bay got Baker. You know what I mean? It'd be like a team like friendly for him because it's going to be the most money he ever seen in his career, but also for them because it's going to be undervalued for a quarterback. And you know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be 50, $60 million a year. It'd be more like 35, $45 million a year. You know what I mean? I can see him getting something like that. What do you think? You think he's going to get
I
more than that, or you think he's
my
going to get?
my thought is this. Why the fuck are we talking about it right now? That's what the
Yeah,
off season is for.
yeah, because
That's
you
what the,
asked me the question.
I know, I know. I'm just saying, like, no, I'm saying I wrote it down because everyone else is talking about it up here.
Uh-huh.
And my reaction was, why are we talking about it right now? He's doing what he's doing with that team. Yes, he's a free agent afterward, but that's what the offseason is for. Why are we it feels like we're trying to throw in some drama on a situation that's like we don't need to be talking about this right now. Let the agents do whatever, but I mean, that's what the offseason is for. Like they are in the hunt. I could see maybe if he was balling out and there's a chance they're probably not going to make the playoffs. Okay, yeah, let's start talking fucking contracts somewhere else, whatever. But this guy's focus needs to be on winning fucking games because he started out really hot and then he got cold. You saw a
Right.
couple games I saw you
And
bitching
he's
about.
warming back up again. He's warming back
Yeah.
up. You know what I
So
mean? Like, yeah, like, but
do we need to
oh,
be talking about it right now? Like as a quarterback, if that was me, I'd be like, I'm gonna get paid, dude. Are you really like hard on for a paycheck
I
that
don't think he's talking about it though. I don't think he's talking
exactly,
about it. So
but
I think it's
he's
trying to be
hearing
create.
it,
No, but they're trying to create controversy. You know what I mean? Just like
right?
always, because they need something to talk about. Like I
Exactly.
don't think for one second that man's worried about it because he knows no matter what next year's contract he's going to get the most money he has ever seen in the NFL. Like it's just proven just for 1 year. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because this dude's probably I don't even know what his contract is, man. But I know
So
it's not 10 million. Like
so
I don't think it's 10. So
since we're
he's about to
talking
get
about
paid.
it, um, fuck it, since we're already talking about it, um, what do you think is the smart decision for Minnesota, and what do you think is the best decision for Darnold? Because they don't have to be the same thing.
Well, I think it would probably be good for Darnold to stay where he's at because it's like this is the best football I've ever seen this dude play. You know what I mean? Because he has a lot of weapons. Like
Dude.
he has a
Yeah,
lot of
you have
weapons,
Justin
and they
Jefferson,
don't.
arguably the best wide receiver in the game right now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to
absolutely.
leave that guy either.
Yeah. He
That's like
has
Montana leaving Rice in
the
the
only
prime
thing
of
I
his
can
career.
the only thing bad I could say about Jefferson is that his injuries. But other than that, even when we missed games, he's still a number one receiver, and he'll miss a couple games. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just that, but every year he missed 2 to 3 games, man. Like every
Yeah.
year, you
I mean,
know. But uh,
that's you can say that about a lot of fucking wide receivers in the league.
I think he
It's
needs to put
very
more
hard
weight
for
on.
them to stay 100%, especially at an elite level. When they can make it, 16, 17 fucking games straight and be just balling out, that's tough, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if every year that you're in the league, and this dude, he's been in the league long enough to get a new contract. So he's been in the league long enough, and every year he gets hurt for like 2 or 3 games. That's
Yeah.
questionable because as he gets older, man, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So,
Yeah.
like, but like I said, like he would. I seen this dude miss fucking like 4 or 5 games and was like number one, number two in receiving yards. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. You know what I mean? That's nuts.
Yeah.
So I would stay there if I was him, man. And like the organization could seriously get that dude for about anywhere between 25 and $40 million a year.
So
Like,
as Darnold, yeah, of course you want to stay there because of, oh, my dogs are going to start barking. The
come on.
post, yeah, the post office lady just pulled up. Oh, wait, I think we got away with one. Oh, hell yeah. All right, cool. Anyway, back to Sam Darnold. Um, yeah, I think staying with Minnesota is best because I mean, like you said, he's playing the best ball of his life.
Yeah.
You want to stay in Minnesota. But remember, Minnesota just drafted JJ McCarthy, who is out with that knee injury. Was it ACL or MCL? It doesn't matter. He's coming back next year. So what do you do there? I
Uh,
mean, this is if I was the GM of Minnesota, what I do is I
you're probably
keep
gonna say the same thing that I would do. Like,
uh,
I
I
guarantee.
keep I pay Darnold. I
Yep.
pay Darnold because McCarthy's still on his rookie contract. You keep him there and you sit him behind Darnold. You've got a good thing going right now. I don't know
The
what their
problem.
draft picks look like. I don't know what their cap looks like. I know Jefferson's making a shit ton of money, but I mean, let's trust our coaches. Let's trust our scouts.
Mhm.
Let's go find some guys that are coming up on, and there's going to be plenty. Teams are going to be making cuts. Like it's a I think thinking 2, 3 years down the road because Darnold's going to go away. You get you get JJ healthy. You sit him at least one season behind a healthy season.
Because you
He's
pretty much got that dude. Because didn't they get that dude in the first round
I
or was
believe
it second
so.
round?
He was one of their
Like,
first picks.
yeah.
He
So
wasn't a high
no, but
quarterback
like
draft, but
he should
I don't
have a
think.
fifth
I
year
don't know.
option. He should have a fifth year option. You know what I mean? So they pretty much got him 4 years. I'll do exactly what you just said, man. Like I would play, I would sign up fucking Darnold 2, 3 years. The third year could be voided or a little bit of cap hit. And
Right?
then
That's all
fucking
he's
like you
looking
said, for that,
for.
just think about that. You had two quarterbacks for pretty much like $50 million. You had two quarterbacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
And as Darnold,
that's
why would
more
you
than two.
not want to take a 3, 4 year contract?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
give
would.
me 3, 4 years, pay
I want
me
one more
fucking
contract,
19.
man.
Yeah,
Look, I'm
yeah.
trying to get one more. I'm trying to after
And
two
then go
years
somewhere else.
and
He's
fucking make
still
do the same shit that Cousins
yeah.
did, man. Like that's what that motherfucker did. That's why like Minnesota, fucking Atlanta, Redskins, like all that.
Darnold's still young,
Yeah,
dude. He's
he's
still
young.
young. I
He's
understand the
serviceable.
Baker Mayfield talk, but
Yeah,
he's younger than Mayfield, isn't he?
I don't know,
Or
dude. I
or are
can't
they
like.
the same?
I got
I
to look
feel
it
like
up.
Mayfield's older, but I don't know.
Get
But
that
yeah,
game.
I think the best decision for Minnesota would be to keep on Darnold. You keep on, JJ with on that rookie contract. You
Yeah, he
let
was
him learn.
drafted 2018.
Who?
Sam Darnold was drafted
Okay.
2018.
And I don't remember when Mayfield was. I
So
don't. Ah, fuck it.
I got you, homie. Don't even worry
Okay.
about it.
Okay. But yeah, dude, that would probably that's ideal to me. That would be best, but I'm not these guys who want to win fucking now and I don't live in that mindset of a fucking
Oh
multimillionaire
shit.
team owner. What?
Hey, they both were drafted in the same fucking year.
Fuck, I kind of
Yeah,
knew it. Damn it.
yeah, they both drafted in 2018. Both first
So it
round
is a
picks.
Mayfield
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Why
He
does
was
it feel like
Mayfield. The
Darnold
only
is
difference was
younger?
Mayfield was he was drafted first that year.
Yeah, he was number one overall.
Yeah. And Sam Darnold was what did it say?
Fifth.
Third. He went to the Jets
Third
on the third pick.
to
So
the
I mean, think
Jets.
about it. So
Dude,
now
they
that you look
talk.
at it like that, let me ask you a question. Now that we
Okay.
have that, so now that you have both quarterbacks that was a number one and number three, which quarterback do you think is a better quarterback career wise so far? Not just year, the whole career, the whole status.
Mayfield.
Okay.
Easy. Mayfield right now. I mean, he has the numbers. I mean, I hated it when
He's
he was
been a
balling
playoff
out
game.
in Cleveland.
Yeah.
When he was. It wasn't all the time, but when he was.
Yeah.
I hated him straight out of OU. I hated him at OU
Mhm.
because I hate OU. And that's a topic for another day. But I've come around on him, dude. I've come
He's good,
around
dude.
on
I
him
like him.
when Carolina cut him, and now and it's just been this year only. Every other year I've been fuck Baker Mayfield, but this year
Well,
I don't know, dude. I'm kind
dude,
of
I felt like that year he got hurt in Cleveland. after he played hurt and got him in the playoffs and lost and was playing hurt with his fucked up shoulder. And they were like, fuck you, you piece of shit, kind of. The organization, like, was fucking with him. Like, that's when I was like, man, these dudes, like, this kid's gonna be something. This kid's gonna be something special. And he
I
is. Like, he's not a great, but he has it's like he has the Rudy mentality. That's what I say, man, because like it's like he has that fight in him. You know, like
Darnold's got a
he'll fucking
TD.
throw blocks. Like he'll fucking throw blocks. He'll fucking run it. He'll throw it. Like he's a better version of Manziel, man.
Sam
Did he catch
Darnold
it?
just threw a bomb to
Yeah, I
Addison.
see it.
Wow. Go Sammy. As we're talking shit
Yeah.
on him.
No, I think he's a good like
I know, but we're saying Mayfield's the better quarterback, and as we're saying it, this guy throws a 65-yard fucking bomb to his running back.
it's just crazy.
But no, dude, Mayfield, oh, I don't like
Atlanta
it when
game, man, seven
players
seven. The
what's
Atlanta
that?
game 7-7. The Atlanta game is 7-7.
Oh yeah,
It's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
game, dude. It's a good game.
Dude, Carolina and Eagles are still at 0.
No,
Oh,
they're
oh,
fucking bombing.
non-contact injury for running back for Carolina. Yeah. Oh, is that Hubbard? No, it's Brooks.
It's
Oh,
Brooks. Yeah,
that's their fucking pick.
yeah.
Dude, okay, that's not good for him.
He's grabbing the back. He was like,
Achilles, maybe?
it was back of his leg, man, but it looked like the fucking behind, like either his thigh or his fucking behind his knee.
Yeah.
Like he was grabbing that area.
So what I
It
was
hurt.
getting
The
at,
helmet come off, man. Like
yeah.
the man,
Well, it
the
was
man hurt.
non-contact. He planted and did something to his ankle or knee or whatever.
Mhm.
But back where I was getting at is when players start getting to be more known for like commercials, I
Mhm.
think their play goes down.
Yeah,
I'll make two examples. Baker Mayfield,
yeah,
because
definitely.
remember his progressive, they were
Yeah,
great commercials. I,
yeah.
I hated it. 'Cause they
No,
were
I
great
loved it.
commercials.
You
Yeah,
know,
they were great
like he
commercials.
lived in the stadium, dude. The man lived in the stadium. Cut the grass, had a bright lawnmower, man. Come on, man. Like that's a great
They were
commercial. All
great
of them were,
commercials.
man.
He's trying to,
Yeah,
he has the keys.
yeah.
And he's oh,
Going out there in his robe, grabbing a newspaper. You know, walking outside. Like, come on. Like,
great
yeah,
commercials. But his
yeah,
play started tanking.
yeah.
Devontae Adams,
Same
Taco
thing.
Bell,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah. Think about
play
it, man.
started.
Because
His
you're doing it for a different reason now, man.
right?
Like that takes away your time. That's why I feel like Kelsey had an off year this year was because like he was doing stuff like that and he wasn't
Dude,
doing football. You
it's
know what I mean?
such it's such a Hollywood arc.
Mm.
Remember, I mean, because they even made fun of it, not made fun of it, but they do it in any given Sunday.
Yeah,
Remember when Steamin' Willie Beeman? He comes in
yeah.
there, all of a sudden he's good, and now he's making fucking commercials, and that's when his
Well,
play starts going down.
look,
Because
like this shit's so real, man. This shit's so real that fucking Jim Brown retired because of it. Because he was like, I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be in movies.
yeah,
That's why. That's the real reason
Dirty
why Jim
Dozen.
Brown retired, man. That's like because immediately he was in movies, right? A whole lot of movies.
He figured he can, and he was smart.
Make
I
more
can
money
make
and
more
last
money
longer.
without
Smart.
getting
Yeah.
beat the fuck up.
But that dude, if he probably would have fucking nobody would have ever touched that fucking record, man.
Yeah,
Nobody. Nobody, like if that man would have stayed in, say that man stayed in 12, 13 years, nobody would have ever touched that record.
no,
That was to me was the baddest man to
yeah.
ever play football. Like just his power. Like I'd be scared to tackle him, man. Like I don't care if I
Well,
worked
yeah,
out, like I'd be
Jimmy.
scared
Yeah,
to
I'm about
tackle
to
that dude.
I
Like,
mean, I love you to death, Jimmy,
yeah.
but that's
Well, I'm
not
just
saying
saying, like, if
much.
I worked out and I was a big
You're-
dude, I would still because I
no,
seen this dude,
everyone's afraid to tackle Jim Brown,
brother,
motherfucker. You
like
ain't saying anything.
him in his prime, man. Like I seen the plays where he just destroyed people. Like he
Yeah,
hunted them out. Like he looked for
yeah.
him. Like he looked for you.
These see now, like people
Like
make an argument for the type of players they were going up against, or the type of players they were then, as opposed to the type of players you get now. Because I mean, when you look at the players now, they are like anime fucking ripped big
yeah,
ass dudes, but also like I mean, these guys now are like the Dolph Lundgren and Rocky Four. These
Yeah.
guys are straight out of
Yeah.
a fucking football
Well, it's the
factory.
money they spend, man. They spend so
But
much money to do that dumb shit. Diet and
one
workout, like that shit crazy.
But on the flip side, the argument with those older players is that those guys were salt of the earth, like iron fucking workers. Like these
No,
dudes were
absolutely.
Was
Blue
it
collar.
Ken Dorsey smoking
Yeah.
a cigarette and
Yeah.
drinking a beer at halftime, like Super Bowl IV or some shit?
Dude, it was different, but it was
They were
animalistic,
tough.
man.
They were
Yeah,
tough.
it
They
was
weren't
animalistic.
like
Yeah.
muscular stuff or
Yeah.
whatever, but they fucking A, dude.
Dude, like it was
Panthers up
the
3-0.
harder. What's up?
Panthers up 3-0 on Eagles.
Get the
Sorry.
fuck out of here.
Yeah. Anyway,
Vikings,
that's what I
Vikings.
wanted to say. It's like a different kind of
Uh,
tough. It's like a different kind of tough.
Cousins just got picked off.
Of course.
Yeah. He was in
Was
the
he under
shotgun.
center? Was
He
he
was in the
shotgun?
shotgun.
Son
He was
of
in
a
the
bitch.
shotgun. But they
Why
said,
they
they said
why?
they said this dude. I was watching ESPN earlier, and they said that this like since Cousins been in Atlanta, like 84% of his pass plays were off the play action. It was shotgun when they played for Minnesota, obviously.
Yeah.
And he was the most efficient quarterback doing it. They said that since he went to Atlanta, he does it 37% of the time. He does it since he's been there. Like,
I don't get Atlanta. The
yeah.
weapons are there. They have
It's
one
Atlanta,
of
bro.
the best, and probably if Atlanta was doing it right, I think Bijan Robinson would be the best running back in the NFL right now. I mean, look what he's doing with them just not playing their game. They have Kyle Pitts, they have Drake London. I mean, Kirk Cousins, you have a quarterback that, like you said, if you put him under center, he's fucking great. Do that every goddamn time. You have the play action with Bijan Robinson. You could cook fucking teams. Oh, here we go. Here he comes. Do you see it? Uh oh.
See what?
Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about him earlier. He's my friend and he's soon to be yours. He's just a little bit country and we served in Afghanistan together. Everyone, welcome Joey Goddamn Winners to the show. Joey, what's up?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm a
What's
little
up,
late. I
brother?
had to re-download the Zoom package on my son's on Chevy's computer because I'm using his instead of mine.
It's
He's
all
got the
good.
nice MacBook. I got the old Google Chrome.
It's all good. Can you hear us?
Yeah, yeah, definitely can
Uh,
hear. What's up?
Nothing much,
What's
man.
going on,
We
brother?
just been
Hey,
kicking around the games. Oh yeah.
hey,
I'm sorry, I didn't even do a
that's
fucking
all good.
introduction to you guys. Jimmy, Jimmy, we're talking
Jimmy.
football.
That's my uncle's name too. I like it.
How you doing, bud?
And my grandpa's name too because my uncle's a junior. So yeah,
Junior.
Yeah, I'm a
Uh
junior myself, man.
that's what's up, man.
Joey, we were just talking on the Kirk Cousins because Falcons are playing Vikings game right now. Give us your thoughts on that one if you give a fuck.
I like Kirk Cousins, man. I think he's pretty solid.
Dude, we were saying that he plays best under center, but for some reason they keep putting him in the shotgun and he fucks up because that he's so Christian that he doesn't like going knuckle to nuts. So
Well, he does
No,
lead the league in
it was the
interceptions.
other it was the other
Can't
way
forget
around.
about
They
that
they
too. He
keep
does
him.
lead the league in interceptions too. So
You
well
got that backwards, John boy. You got it back. Like he don't like touching the nuts, so they don't put him on the. They don't. They've been putting him trying to put him under center, and he likes being away from the nuts. So they put him in shotgun. He does better, but they won't. They're playing him fucking under the nuts.
yeah, that's why.
all right.
Well, that's
I don't
why
know
he's
why
throwing
we're
all the
talking about under the
interceptions. He's
nuts.
getting a little nervous under there.
Yeah, but no, he's a good player, man. He's a good player. He's just like prime time. He just he struggles.
Yeah, like I said, he does.
I've got a game. As you can see, Joey, now I am a fucking Dolphins fan. I
Yeah,
dumped.
I think I asked you about that before. That's
Yeah.
interesting of a big how of a change.
Yeah.
He used to give me so much shit about being from North Carolina and being a fucking Cubs fan, and then being from North Carolina and not being a Braves fan.
I used to. I
Yeah,
used
yeah.
Come
to.
on, man.
The key word in that is used to. Jimmy, I told you I came around on this
All
because
right.
I started thinking about it and um I I didn't completely side with the whole regional like way off, I shouldn't be a fan. But I had to pick a new team because I thought finally it was okay for a fan if players can move about teams, why can't fans?
I agree.
So I had under a drunken night one night I made
Yeah, real drunk night.
yeah, because I was a huge Justin Fields fan. I said that if the Bears fucking trade Fields and draft Caleb Williams, because I despise Caleb Williams in college football, I would I would leave the organization as a fan and I would find a new team. And that's exactly what happened. So
I
I
won't
went with
spite you
Dolphins,
for it. My uncle did the same thing when the Panthers got rid of Christian McCaffrey. He became a 49ers fan.
right? So he followed him to that team. And
That
that's
team.
respectable.
I
I
yeah.
because I was asked like if it was because of Fields, why aren't you a Steelers fan? And two reasons. Fuck the Steelers,
They're not
and
Pittsburgh.
two, uh we Stacy liked the colors, the Dolphins colors better because we support each other's teams. She's a Chiefs
Oh, you're a
fan.
Chiefs fan. Yeah, I remember.
So I have to wear Chief stuff sometimes, not during on game days or in view of her at any time. But but she's like, "Oh, if you're a Dolphins fan, I can get fucking Dolphins gear." And and she likes whatever, teal and
Everybody, I
orange.
got two really good friends of mine here. Man, they've been Dolphins fans their whole life. I mean, diehard Dolphins fans.
Go Fins.
Go
Go
Fins.
Fins.
That's what
See,
they always
I've
say
already
too.
got it down.
Yeah.
Dude, so that brings up what I want to talk about because the Jets are playing the Dolphins right now, which is probably a shit game. It's probably all field goals.
I need to
But
pull something up. I haven't really pulled anything up. I've been kind of going this morning, so let's see what we got going on here.
it's all good. Do you think
Yeah, it's
McDaniel gets fired this
damn, it's a
year?
close game, dude. It's a close game. It's the Jets are 10, Miami's 9. Second half, second quarter, 12 minutes.
If Miami has a losing record this year, do you think McDaniel gets fired?
I think he
No.
gets one more.
I think he's on the hot seat.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
does.
after that, I don't think they're gonna fire him though, because I think they're gonna get better draft picks and free up some money and get some dude, they need an offensive line, man. I've
Okay,
been screaming
that was
that
my next
since they
question.
got to it. Like since they got to it, they need an offensive line. That line's horrible. It's so fucking horrible, man.
Yeah, protect
Yeah.
Tua.
But how many?
Because
I mean,
like the dude's doing gang signs on the field, man, and he don't even know it. Like he's knocked out. Like that's the crazy shit.
Doing gang
how?
signs.
But how many teams in the
Hey,
NFL can say like, "Hey, we need an offensive line"? I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't
all of
all of them?
Yeah. But they don't
Everybody
even
needs
attempt
offense.
to get quality players in the offseason. They don't even attempt to even touch the line. Not through
yeah.
the draft, not through free agency. Like
Why is that? And I've
I
never
don't know,
understood
man.
that. Like, because
I don't know. It's crazy. I don't understand it. You have a team, man. Like you have two running backs that could be a starter, right? Like in most teams, or at least a good quality backup. And
Right.
then
yeah,
you got a great quarterback. Well, I ain't gonna say great. At times, he is really
fuck. I don't think
above
Tua's great
average.
at all.
Like I ain't gonna say great. Like he's above average at times if he has the time, you know. And then you have at one time I thought was the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. You know, like
They still are. If like nothing's changed other
Well,
than the fact that Tua can't fucking do math anymore. But
yeah.
it's just
It,
like
it still
how
kills me with the whole Jim Carrey skit with Tua and the two
yeah.
dudes jumping over the bushes.
because really, nothing changed from last year to this year. It's the same damn team, and they were the highest scoring offense in the league last year, I believe. And now, like, This, the only difference is I became a fan, sank the fucking organization.
But like, just look at the quarterback pressures and the sacks, like that. That's that right there, and the negative yards in the backfield, like that'll tell you is like it's probably the worst than it was last year because last year was bad. It's like
Yeah.
this year, it's like fucking worse, man. Like
Pull up some-
it's
So that brings up the question
in the
of
defense. Hold on. Y'all's defense is fucking like one of the worst I've seen in a long time. Their defense is fucking horrible. That
dude,
I
you
can
know
say
how
that.
hard it is
I
to
can.
play in South Beach? It's
They're worse
humid.
this year than they were last year, man. They were a better defense last year. I don't know if y'all lost pieces. I don't know if you lost pieces, but like
I don't know. I
y'all
only
were
started
better
paying
last
attention
year than
this
you
year.
are this year.
I think
Like
Jalen Waddle needs more reps.
yep.
Yeah, like
That would be beneficial.
Yeah. I agree on that one. I
Yeah.
agree on that.
because he's back healthy now. So
Yeah.
you
He
got
should be.
So he's a threat.
Yeah.
and you got Beckham Jr., who I keep on seeing is like, I'm upset
I
about
love
my
Beckham
play.
Jr.
Well, get out there and fucking play. I don't even know if he's hurt or just whatever, but he's not that that team takes a special kind of dynamic of a coach. And I don't McDaniel looks cool as hell in his goddamn Lululemon short pants. Those are fucking sweet, and I can't afford them. But
And the Air Force Ones, but like the white ones, like you walk out there with all kinds of yeah, man, like
he's not. I don't think
Push,
he's the
push.
kind of coach for
yeah.
that group.
You can't have a friend's coach, man. You can't
No,
have a friend's coach, man. Like you need
Oh, yeah.
Bill Parcells. You know what I mean?
it's
Riggs.
just because
Like,
like
all right, I'm
think
sorry, not Riggs. Reed. Like
dude, can you
fucking.
imagine being an NFL linebacker or just
Yeah.
anybody, and then that dude like yells at you about some shit?
Come on, man.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shut the
Or like
fuck up.
what's the coach's name from Detroit?
Dan Campbell.
Campbell.
That's a
Like
big
Dan Campbell.
That's a
dude.
motherfucker.
Yeah, if he got in
We
my
were
face about some shit, I think I would pretty much listen.
Yeah, yeah. I
all
would.
right. So Joey, when we started the show, I asked Jimmy a question. I'm going to ask it to you. Who do you think is the best team in the NFL right now?
Man, you got to go with the obvious, man. I'm gonna go with Detroit. I think Detroit's hard.
Smart man.
I think
Yeah,
Detroit's
smart
got
man.
the best quarterback, so the best weapons all around. I think Detroit's the best team. They're the ones to beat. You got to follow back. There's some good ones. I mean, there's plenty of good ones out there. There's 9-4 teams and stuff that are out there running around, but Detroit's really good.
Detroit's been the I guess the majority. I guess well, there's
They
only
got a
three of
running
us.
game, a tight
Um,
end, a passing game. You know, they got everything.
two of
Yeah,
the
man,
other
that defense is pretty solid too. That defense, you gotta
They're
they're
that
not the break
that
they're not
defense
they're
is
my fantasy team
yeah,
defense.
yeah.
Yes,
That
sir.
defense, man. Yeah.
but the two of the other teams that came into question about who were the best teams were of course the Chiefs. And
There's
then uh go ahead.
There's nobody else really out there that stands out. You said the Bills, but I'm still stuck on the quarterback that I've seen when the playoff starts every year since his rookie year. Like
Yeah.
like Josh is a solid quarterback. If he plays the way he's playing now in the playoffs, I would go with Buffalo. But like just this shows me every year. That's like I know I'm a Cowboy fan. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna lose a playoff game. Like, and we're probably only gonna win 2 out of the last 8 years or some shit like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I
Hey,
like
real.
because
You
I
got to
see
be
it
real
all the
about it.
time. So I see it all the time. So that's what I see about Josh right now. Like, dude is having the best season that I've seen him have, but I don't know what he's gonna do in the playoffs. If I knew that he would play the same ball and not collapse, I would say there's nobody out there right now that can beat Buffalo. Because the
Right.
same they're built just like how we were talking about Detroit. They got a mid fucking defense and they got quality weapons on the offensive side when it needs to be. You know, like if they show up. And they lost their best receiver.
It's
And
a
they're
good
still
one.
doing it. So
Joey, what are your thoughts on Buffalo?
I think honestly, I think honestly that Sean McDermott needs to get fired for Buffalo to be six. See, like I worry about the Chiefs because let's go back to I don't want to change 2 points at one time because I think he's holding Josh back. I think Sean McDermott's holding Josh back, and I think that would benefit the Bills. But as in, we're going into the conversation about how the Bills and the Chiefs are going into why why is it coming down to how many games has the Chiefs had this season that they had to come back and it took a game winning drive from Patrick Mahomes, who's I'm not taking anything from him. He's a great quarterback, but it took him in one of those game winning drives at least twice this season, 3 times this season.
Mm-hmm. Yep. About 3. Yeah, we were just talking about
they had to be saved. I mean, they're suspect. I mean, they know
Yeah.
the only thing they have is one of probably the second or third, probably the first or second best quarterback in the NFL.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. Like we were talking about that earlier, John Boy. See that? Like we were talking about the same exact thing that like it's not the team's fault, but I think that there's plays that are being called by foreign entities or refs that are changing the outcome of the game. And his last 3 games have shown that. But the dude, like at the same time, like Mahomes has done his job, like with the limited things that he's been given this year, because like once again, like he's working with subpar receivers. And he's still fucking like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
He's the new Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Did you
the kid's amazing. Like that kid, like how blessed are we to be able to see 2 probably of the all great of all time quarterbacks like with our own eyes every game. Like
More
how
than
crazy
that,
is
dude. We're seeing
Yeah.
the great shit from, like you guys said, Josh Allen. We're seeing great shit
Yeah.
from Lamar Jackson.
Uh-huh.
We'll get into if you want to get into running backs. I mean, look at
Oh, yeah.
Saquon Barkley. Like, dude.
Good.
But
I'm
did
more-
you call the refs foreign entities? Hold
Yeah,
on.
because man, look, man, these motherfuckers, man, like they ruining games, man. They're
They're
ruining
foreign.
games.
They're supposed to be there.
They are ruining the foreign entities, man, because you can't ruin the fucking game, man. Like fucking throw a penalty that changes. Like, how do you tell me with all the refs threw 2 penalties last Chiefs game, 2 penalties.
Yeah.
All right. And both of them were pretty much against the defense. Like the offsides who started, and they were like, no, we're not even going to act like that happened. But let's talk about this illegal fucking motion in the backfield that they gave the penalty. So the fumble lasted. The fucking team fucking declined it, and the fumble fucking was in their favor. Yeah. Dude came off sides, man. He was completely off sides.
All right.
And that's what one of the refs threw the flag for, and they took that back. And then fucking even just changed the whole it felt like the tuck rule against the Raiders and fucking the Patriots. They made some bullshit up for it to go their way. And that's how I felt about that game. Like you can't tell me that. You can't like that. That shouldn't have been their ball. That's like everybody in America seen it. If you watch that game, you're like, no, that shouldn't have been your ball.
What do you think about Patrick Mahomes being able to manipulate defenses like when he does the whole fake slide thing or when he acts like he's going to go out of bounds so players let up? And because there's a big discussion going on right now because of the Trevor Lawrence getting fucking rocked the fuck up.
Oh, killed. That was a dirty play though, man.
So the QB slide. Let's talk about that for a second. Joey, you got some views on that?
The
slide
QB
itself,
slide, or the fake slide, or
any and all of it. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the what? Like
Chevy.
Pickett thing. Yeah, my boy's in here. He kind of gives me a little bit of advice. You want to get him in here for a second?
Yeah. Get over here, Chevy.
This is my sports bank of knowledge right here, guys. This is my son, Chevy.
What's up, Chevy?
All right. How you doing?
Jimmy, it's Chevy like Chevy Chase, not like the truck.
Yeah, like Chevy Chase, yeah.
I got you. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's my sports knowledge. He's so smart with it.
you've been taking analyst from Chevy.
Hey,
I got
brother.
a couple
Okay.
Hey,
notes.
No,
I asked
I
him
get it.
yesterday. I asked him yesterday
gotta
because
ask him a
he
question,
hasn't been
John
at it
boy.
for a minute. I didn't want to look dumb.
Yeah,
Okay.
Not dumb, so to say, but I
yeah,
wanted to make sure, like,
yeah.
make sure I got some good points to talk about too, And so
All right. Well, then, how
All right.
about this? Let instead of Joey answering that question, Chevy,
let's go for it.
talk to me about this quarterback slide. How do you feel about it?
I think with the same, it was like the same thing with Kenny Pickett in college with his whole fake slide when he was at Pitt a couple years back. I think it was his last year before he went to the NFL. He did a fake slide, and then they ended up calling it back, or they kept the call, and then the NCAA came back and looked at it, and they banned the fake slide because they realized how dangerous that could be. And I feel like the fact that Patrick Mahomes is utilizing that fake slide, he's going to get hurt at least. Like you saw what happened to Trevor Lawrence. I mean,
Somebody's gonna say they're not gonna fall for it. It's no longer gonna be boy cried wolf, and they're just gonna fucking nail him.
yeah,
Decapitation.
Yeah, especially because I mean, if he makes that move, and I know you've seen it, like he looks like he's gonna go out of bounds, but then he steps back in bounds.
Yeah, cut that.
He's gonna be stepping into the hit. So that's like accelerating in a car before you hit a fucking wall.
Yeah. And it
it's-
bounces back off of it and
Yeah,
go in the
but-
opposite direction.
but most of the time he breaks right off of them hits though. Like he's pretty tough for a quarterback.
He's a big guy. I mean, doesn't he still hold the record in college for most rushing yards? Is it Mahomes?
Let me look it up real quick.
Okay.
That's all you have.
All right. Well, while you're looking that up, Chevy, it was great seeing
Look.
you, buddy, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have you on again soon.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
appreciate you.
Look, that young man, he has knowledge.
He's
That
on
young man does
And
know
it's been
football,
like
man.
that since it's been like that since he was about 12, and he'll be 16
Yeah.
next
Look.
month.
Look, he knows his stuff, man. Like when he
Yeah.
started talking about that Pitt game, I was like, he knows his stuff.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
I had to recall that. I was like, oh
You need to
shit,
tell
that
him,
was
like,
Kenny
look,
Pickett.
you need to tell him that he probably should start something, man. He probably
that's what he wants to go. That's what he wants to do as a sports analyst or be work at like sports center or something like that. That's what he wants to do.
That's cool, man. Like being that young, and like he's knowledgeable. Like that conversation that we just had with him expresses his knowledge of the game. Like that's insane. That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
All right, guys. So this is kind of whatever, a little off topic, but also still is. What's going on with Randy Moss? I thought initially I assumed, and it was just shitty of me, but I was like, that sounds like rehab, to just walk away that fast. And it was very generic the way they said it initially, because they didn't say medical, they said personal reasons.
Well, did you see what happened? The reason why I was even brought up?
I heard, what was that whole thing about him wearing sunglasses?
What happened was, like, he was, you know how he's a commentator,
Yeah.
like he was wearing like sunglasses, like dark sunglasses.
Yeah.
So they questioned him, like, why, like a fan or somebody questioned him, like,
Twitter.
why is he wearing sunglasses and he's on TV commentating? And then he came out, and I don't know if it's factual or not, but they were saying that his eyes were yellow because he had jaundice. And that's why he
Liver
said that
failure.
he's stepping away right now for like health reasons. But I don't know how factual that is. It's just something I saw on my phone, came across my phone. So he's not talking about it. Nobody really knows, man. But I'm thinking it's got to be a health issue, man, because dude's been there. Come on, man. Dude's been there for at least 20 years, 18 years, like forever. I can't even count. It's been forever, man. I was a young man when he first started.
I'm just offering up the conspiracy theory that maybe
I
he
don't think
was
it's
like
drugs, man.
fucked
I don't
up,
think it's drugs
and
or
that's
alcohol.
why he was wearing the sunglasses. And now they were like, "Nah, you
I
need
think it's
to."
gonna
And
come
so he's
out
going
that
to
man's
rehab.
gonna have health issues because of the lifestyle he had while he was in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I think it's health issues.
Can't
man.
blame him for that one. You're the best wide
I don't think
receiver
I've
in
ever been so
football.
fucked up. My eyes are yellow though.
Yeah. So
I've been fucked up now. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
I know, but
I got
well, I
some
mean,
vouchers.
you can get fucked up enough that your liver starts failing,
I
and
say
then your
that's
Well,
eyes.
yeah, your liver. Yeah,
is
like it's
jaundice.
jaundice.
Like jaundice
Yeah,
is like that's what it is, right? That's like a
yeah,
stomach.
jaundice. It's called jaundice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
It's when
know,
your
but I'm
liver
saying that
fails.
like a stomach issue or like
No,
a
it's a liver.
It's a
It's a
liver.
liver
liver.
issue. Okay,
Yeah, it's liver.
okay, right.
So that means he'll probably need like a transplant, like
Touchdown, Bryce
if it's
Young.
gone bad. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, so let's talk about this. Since Joey is a Carolina Panthers fan.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Joey, I don't know if you were watching some of our previous shows, but at the beginning of the season, I jumped on the Andy Dalton horse, and dude, I nailed it. I said he's
At the
going to give you
time,
two or
yeah.
three good games, and then he's going to be gone. But
He
I
did. He said it.
yeah, but right now, dude, I mean, um, the talk or the stats I'm seeing between Bryce Young and CJ Stroud before this week, the past 6 games, Bryce Young has 1,082 yards, 6 TDs, 3 interceptions, and only been sacked 7 times.
He's looking
Uh,
good.
Yeah, we got one of the best offensive lines in the game right now. You might not
and
have the best, but one of them.
and CJ Stroud, 1,169 yards, 4 TDs, 5 interceptions, been sacked 19 times. Um, Joey, what turned around for Carolina? Like, I mean, they're still not great, but how like
Yeah.
now they're looking good. I mean, they're
They improved.
scoring against
They
the
improved.
Eagles,
Yeah.
who some people would argue have
Dude, that was a
a
good
great
game.
defense.
That
That
was
was
a
a
good
good
game.
game, man. I was going for y'all, man. I was hoping y'all fucking did something, man. Beat the shit out of the Eagles, man. I was hoping that, man.
Yeah. Let's see. I think whenever okay, let me start back. So whenever the draft came around and we chose Bryce Young, I was anti Bryce Young. He's too small. He can't play in the NFL. He'll never develop. And then I was anti. And then by CJ Stroud flourished that whole first season, took his team to the the division championship and the whole league. So I was telling Chevy, I was like, well, see, we could have took him. We could have took him. We could have took this guy the whole time. So now after Bryce Young went out, now they just came back in. I think Bryce Young is the difference. Plus
Yeah.
Dave Canales, I think Dave Canales, now that he realizes that Bryce Young is back and what a weapon he can be. And if you watch Bryce Young now, he's doing different things. He's setting his feet, he's getting in the pocket, he's getting outside, he's making good plays, he's sliding when he needs to slide, he's making better decisions than he was before. So I'm backing him for as far as I can back him now because
I would,
He looks
yes.
comfortable, man.
His numbers are definitely showing that he is playing better. Um,
I was a hater.
I
I'll be
think,
honest.
um,
We all were,
I-
man. We all
dude,
were. Like
dude, oh
listen.
yeah, I was
Defense,
shitting
he
all
gave
over him, and
Alabama.
I'm still not
But
a
no, like
believer.
he's improved.
He
Like
has
so much.
improved. I'm still not a believer because I watched the last game, and you can watch this game too. These players around him, and now that Thielen's back healthy,
Mhm.
look at the catches they are making. He's
Yeah.
not making great throws. He's making good throws sometimes, but these receivers are making better catches.
Right.
So he's still got some work to do. Um, I mean that touchdown pass was pretty damn right on,
Man,
but
he dropped
but
dimes, man. Like that
but
dude at moments dropped
The
dimes.
Philly game.
Thielen's been
Yeah.
making
Oh my god.
fucking
Yeah, and then
beautiful
that one they
catches.
called back. Oh man.
Yeah,
Do you
like
know? I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead. No,
Do you know? I just because I was just looking up some stats, whatever. Do you know? Because you guys were talking about the Philly game and how good it was. Do you know what Bryce Young's quarterback rating was for the Philly game?
no.
100.2.
Yeah,
What?
man. Like he was like he had a game. It was his best
That's
game
the
he had
best
all
game all
season.
season. That's the
Yeah,
best
it
game
was
in
his
his
best game all
career.
season.
Quarterback
Yeah,
rating.
yeah.
You know what
Like
his second best game
that
was against KC?
yeah. That game showed me that like again, and that's not a bullshit ass defense that they were playing. That's why like their defense, like Eagles defense over the last 6 games have taken off. The first couple of games, they had to get together. They're like, oh, you fucked up by giving away fucking Reddick to the Jets. Like you fucked up. And then they fucking came around and their defense been playing really good.
Oh,
Like
well.
that game, like Bryce looked good. Like that dude was dropping dimes. Like nobody else could catch that ball except his receiver.
And
The
that's what
way
you
he
want
was
to
putting
see.
it
I mean,
last week.
you want to see your quarterback show up against good teams. You
I
know, like
think that he
when the
needs
pressure's
better
on.
coaching, man. They need to revamp that whole organization. Nothing against Carolina, because I'm a Cowboy fan, and I tell you that we need to replace everybody, like everybody,
I'll
including the
be.
owner. Like
So
like
we got some blocks. We're building.
yeah,
I gotta go let my dogs out. I'll be right back.
but like, dude, like your organization is the same problem. Is that y'all have had some great players that played for like at Carolina, but the problem was the organization and the coaches and everybody involved in the situation has failed. Like from Baylor's ex-coach that went there, like
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Canals.
man,
Yeah, Dave
yeah, like
Canals is doing a good job right now.
yeah. It's just like the organizations don't put the leadership around the quality players they're getting because y'all got so many first round draft picks. The quarterback like and so many high second and sometimes extra first round picks. Like y'all
Yeah,
have great players play for y'all, man. It's just like the coaches and the fucking
it's
position coaches,
coordinators.
yeah, like
Yeah,
have failed y'all because y'all had some like look at Sam goes some the first year like Sam goes somewhere and he's a starter. You know what I mean? Like,
Sam Baker Mayfield.
yeah,
Yeah. You know what another reason, another good reason I meant to bring up too is the reason why Bryce Young is doing so well is Chuba Hubbard.
yep, yep. He's the most underrated running back in the NFL. I feel that way.
Thank
I
you.
feel he is the
He is
most
a
underrated running back in the NFL.
beast. He's a beast.
Yeah.
I had to base it on if I my daughter texted me. There she is again. She's not home right now.
Yeah.
Dang man, she made me lose my train of thought. Chuba. Oh, if I didn't know watch football or anything, or just had to base it off of fantasy football stats, I would think he's pretty solid. Like
Yeah.
I would definitely, if I didn't know one thing about football, but I could basically just look at stats, I would have Chuba Hubbard on my fantasy football team every week.
But
Solid.
think about it like this, man. Think about it like this. You have a quarterback that's been there that's fucking had horrible fucking rotating ass position coaches and fucking this kid is like every time he starts catching on to what we're going to do this year as an organization, I have next year I got to fucking do something totally different. You know what I mean? And that's how the same thing that the Cowboys went through that shit fucking after the fucking like late like 97 on up to fucking like 2009. They went through the same shit where they were trying to find something where the coordinators were just fucking everything up. Like the same thing y'all dealing with, man, because y'all have the players, bro. You have the players, man. You have the
It's like
personnel for it.
like the
Young team.
greatest Panther ever, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
They did him dirty as shit.
The
Yeah.
greatest Panther ever is Ray Caruth, and everyone knows that.
Ray
Man,
Country
like
baby.
you were riding for that, brother.
Hey, that was my fantasy team name one that Ray's baby mama drama.
Joey, you got to come back in the league next year. We're doing trophies now.
That's cool. I'm actually, dude. Okay, check this kind of
It's a free league. It's still free, but I still buy trophies for.
It's all good. We're like that too. I have it's kind of a little bit of a story, but we won't take about a second. But whenever I was in got to Colorado after Fort Riley, when I went to Fort Carson, and then I met a dude named Jeff, and we were pretty cool. We hung out. Like me and you hung out back in Fort Riley. So me and Jeff, while I was in Afghanistan, there was a guy named David Weeks. David Weeks was a civilian. He was sent cigars to troops. And so I just happened to like get this email for this guy, and then he sent us cigars while we was over there. I don't know if you guys remember that or whatever. But so anyway,
I remember.
You remember. You guys, I didn't see you. So then Jeff ended up knowing the same guy while I was at, because they did the same thing for them, and he had a fantasy football league. That civilian guy that sent cigars over there while we were in Afghanistan, and we were all, so we ended up being in it's called the Squatch. So every year, whoever wins, he's got this. It's a Sasquatch trophy that he boxes up and mails. So we've been playing that ever since I got to Fort Carson. So that's like a one. It's like a trophy league. It's free, and it's the same people every year. It never changes.
That's
Damn
cool
right.
shit, man.
That's cool as
But it's a
shit.
small world. But
Yeah.
my point being, it was a
Yeah.
small world. How we knew the same person because he did the same thing for both of us in Afghanistan at different times.
Ah,
We became
That's
friends in
fucking crazy,
Colorado.
man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy,
that's
dude.
good shit.
But yeah,
man.
I'll definitely
Hell yeah.
join, man. If you got another invitation, send Chevy one too. If
Yeah,
you
come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always like there's always like one or two people who never come back. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if Stacy's gonna make it back this year. Because she's in fifth. So she'll just be like, I'm not gonna go through this shit again.
Shit, man, I
Anyway,
won it last year and I'm fucking horrible this year. And I
Yeah.
fucking got like the 5th most points in the league. And I'm
Oh.
fucking not even gonna make the playoffs. The 5th most points,
Excuse me.
and I'm not even gonna fucking make the playoffs, man.
you
That's
guys
fucking
you
crazy.
guys seeing this Carolina score? 10-7, same
Yeah.
over at Pittsburgh. Well, Pittsburgh is about to go up by
It's a tight
3.
game. man.
Chuba's got a touchdown and 63 yards right now and 8-yard
Yep.
reception.
Dude, what is okay? We're gonna talk about this for a second because I'm watching Boswell kick a 54-yarder like it's nothing.
All right.
What is up with kickers in the NFL this year? Like not just this year, but like the past couple years. Ever since Tucker has been hitting 50s like it was nothing. Um, like these guys can just dude, like 50 yards used to be a big field goal in the NFL. I remember that growing up. Like 60 was the biggest, and it was that Elam, Jason Elam, or
Oh,
61 yards out of Denver because the air was
What was the first guy? What was his name? Dempsey, the guy at the club foot. Do you know?
yeah, out of like
Oh, yeah,
Atlanta or
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit.
New Orleans and Atlanta or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
I always thought, man, I was like, that motherfucker got to kick one because all bone, man. That motherfucker got to kick an 80-yard field goal,
It's
man.
it's a flat front foot,
Yeah,
man. You
yeah,
should
it's-
kick a ball like 3,000 yards.
But it's just nowadays like there's kicking balls. There's different balls that they use to kick with than they use to throw with in the
I
NFL.
didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the balls are different.
46 years old. I learned something new today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Hey,
I just found that out a couple years ago myself, man. And I'm
Yeah.
46,
Valid.
man. So like I found out probably like 3-4 years ago. It's different balls.
Yeah.
For
heck yeah.
everything, for punting, all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's wild.
So, oh shit. I don't know where I was going with that. So yeah, balls,
The 50-yard
kicking.
field goals
Yeah, but
Yeah.
these guys now, like Aubrey from Dallas, like Jimmy, we've talked about it a couple times. This guy doesn't even want to know the distance. He's like, just send me out there and I will kick it.
Yeah. Just put people in front of me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he believes he can hit like a
Yeah.
70-yarder, and I've seen
No,
some of
but
his
but
61.
that's what they said. They said at the Star, they got an indoor stadium. And he said they say that he kicks 70-yard field goals in there, but it ain't no wind. It ain't it's
And
like
no
inside the
defense.
building.
And
So he just
they said they
so
can
there's
ding
no
them all
wind.
down
So
from
like
60
he
yards
kills
plus
it.
60
But
to
that's
60. Sorry.
but he's doing it. The crazy shit is that he's fucking doing it at practice. Like he's nailing them. They said he's fucking kicking the shit out of it. He's like,
But
I don't want to like he's like, fuck the yard. That's the only jersey that I feel worthy, but I can't buy it unless they fucking give him another contract because I'm not buying a jersey for a guy that's playing for the fucking Rams next year, man. You know what I mean? Like I need a new contract so I can buy his jersey.
Bryce Young just threw an interception
That's it.
to Sauce.
What's that today? What's that for him today? That's 2.
Oh no, first turnover for Carolina.
It's like I had a toss up this week between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, and I looked down at my phone before I joined you guys, and it said touchdown Baker Mayfield, and I was like, yeah. And I looked down again, it said touchdown Baker Mayfield, and I said, I'm glad I started Baker Mayfield. The next thing I looked down, it said interception Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he's gonna give you one. He's gonna give you one. He
I
gets
love it.
aggressive when he scrambles.
I love all these quarterbacks that left us because I think Carolina is the place where quarterbacks need to come to develop to be better quarterbacks.
It sounds like it.
They're
It's
the
like
farm league of
sounds
the
like it.
NFL.
Yeah. They're the
Yeah.
farm league. They're the
Yeah,
farm
but-
league, John boy. You just said it, man. But
Yep.
seriously, man, because look at it. Like, look at the quarterbacks that left there that's been successful since they left.
Oh,
Like, not game changer, but like
Wait,
successful.
hold
yeah,
on.
game changer. Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys are picking and choosing because I remember a certain quarterback from Notre Dame going to
Come
Carolina,
on, man.
and
Get
then when
off.
he
You just hate
left,
him because that was your quarterback. You like you felt
he
like the
didn't do
organization
shit.
failed him. Like, come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
Old
do that.
Jimmy Clausen, man.
Big
Damn it.
loss. Well,
Like,
he
he
was
was
a,
just
he was
trash, though. Everybody called it. They even like John Boy. I
yeah,
ain't want to say it. They said
yeah.
they reached for that man. He shouldn't. You know who he is?
I had high hopes for Jimmy
No,
Clausen,
dude.
dude.
No.
I loved the
Nobody
way
did,
he
man.
played for Notre Dame.
They even
I
said it when they
thought he was
drafted him.
NFL.
You know who he was back. You know what he was? He was Daniel Jones before Daniel Jones was Daniel Jones. That's what he was. He
Ooh,
was
I wouldn't
overreached.
take that.
I wouldn't
He's
either
overreached,
because
man.
Daniel Jones is
Like,
a way better runner than Jimmy
mm.
Clausen ever
Yeah,
was.
yeah. Like, that's the sad part. Like, at least he gave you something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to go there, man, but you can't bring that. That was just a bad football player,
You
man.
guys
That
were bringing
had a
up
good
like
college career.
quarterbacks that went to fucking
He was Jamarcus
Carolina and
Russell,
then
man.
went
He was
and did
Jamarcus
something
Russell.
afterwards, and
Yeah,
I'm just saying. You
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, we all Clausen. Clausen's like one of those guys that like was in like the WWF and just went into the ring to get beat up.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, and I think this is just I'm conspiracy theory because I'm high again.
Oh, come on.
Charlie Weiss. It was
I
Charlie
think we
Weiss.
all are.
Charlie Weiss had, yeah, we are. Charlie Weiss had a fucking, vein into the NFL, and he had sit with Brady Quinn, with fucking Jimmy Clausen. They were great Notre Dame fucking college. I wouldn't call them great. They were good. They looked NFL ready, and I think because it was Charlie Weiss, yeah, do you think he was you know sending guys in the NFL because it was the great Charlie Weiss who came from fucking New England, Belichick, blah blah blah, and that's I don't know. Does that make sense to you, Jimmy? I don't know. Is that
No, I get what you're saying, man. Like,
because both of them
it's
pretty
hype.
much did the
It
same
was
thing in
all
the
hype, man.
NFL. Nothing.
It was just hype, man. Like, I get it. But like that was a bad comparison, John. You can never talk about Clausen, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like,
Still
I might be
Clausen.
biased, but I just don't. I just like that dude. Like, he reminds me of, like I said earlier, like Russell that went to the Raiders. That John Gruden gave him a tape and was like, "Hey, did you watch the tape last night?" He's like, "Yeah, I watched all of them. They were
And it was
blank tapes,
blank.
man. They had nothing on them. Like the dude did not prepare himself for the NFL. Like he did not prepare
Let's
himself for the NFL.
we'll
That's
save
how I felt
Jamarcus
about it.
Russell for a college day
Yeah.
because I hated that guy.
Well, can
Yeah,
I
but
ask
I'm
one?
saying
Can
that's
I
kind
ask
of
one NFL slash that's pretty on the radar right now though? Is Belichick going to the Tar Heels?
Dude,
oh
yeah, he just took the interview, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah
was
he's
like
serious.
special
like
news
he
before
went
the
He's serious.
yeah.
but let me
Mac Brown. I mean, Mac Brown retired. He's serious, dude. He's
you know
ready to
what
talk. I
you know
think.
what I think it is
He's
like
gonna kill it.
unless somebody else want to take it like somebody else want to talk about it.
No,
Dude, okay.
I'm throwing
So
it out there.
This is my outlook right now. Holy motherfucking shit. If
Yeah,
you land Belichick as your quarterback at, I don't care, any fucking college, there are dads out there that are, showing their sons like this guy coached the greatest fucking quarterback of all time. He
David
is
Ring.
the greatest coach of all fucking time. He is the GOAT. The recruiting would be, you wouldn't have to
They
recruit.
recruit good. They
You
recruit
don't
good
need to
anyway.
recruit with Belichick as your head coach. Like they just cut like half the fucking scouts, or not scouts, but like the recruiters, because that's gonna bring in
no, it
pristine
would
talent
but
until
you
it
know what?
becomes them. How you're gonna want
Yeah.
to
I
play
think it
against the
would, but
best.
you know what I think it is? You know what I think it truly is? It's him telling the NFL, I want to coach without fucking going on fucking prime time, being like, hey, I want to be a head coach next year. I think it's him letting the NFL know that he wants to come back and coach. I think he did that so everybody so he could have a head coach job in the NFL. That's why I think he did it. He don't want to go coach a bunch of kids, man.
What?
Because you
You
got
think it's
ego
just a
with the
smoke
deal,
screen?
But
with the
Carolina
deal
is a
in
good
Portal,
football school,
like
regardless.
in
I mean,
Portal.
ACC. I mean, ACC in the top ACC every year.
Yeah,
Dude, if
but I
Belichick
don't like.
goes
But why would
to
he like? I
UNC,
don't
that
think he
makes
wants
the
to.
ACC relevant.
Yeah, but I don't think it would be like he would do that. So he wants to go back and coach, unless he wants to fucking like try to find his next future girlfriend. Like I don't see why he would do that though. Like
But
because it's just like you can't come out and say, "Hey, I want to coach for. I want to coach. I want to coach in the NFL." Like what coach has you seen come out and say, "I want to coach in the NFL"?
but
I think he did it to let everybody know that
all
he's
of them.
ready to fucking take a head coach
You
job.
you think he's just playing around with these schools
I
just
think
to get
he's
another
putting it.
NFL job? I
I
think
think he's
Belichick
putting it
can
out
go
there.
wherever the
No, I think he's putting it out there to let the NFL know that right now, that no matter what any of your teams do, that I'm
just
open to coach an NFL
just
team
send
next
out
year.
a tweet. That's all he's got to do. Just fucking send out a tweet.
I'm
You don't
mad.
have to. Yeah,
Arr.
yeah.
Like
Like,
the whole
can't
thing
wait to
is that
coach again, Coach
I
B or
don't
some
think he wants
bullshit.
like because when you deal with college kids dealing with the nil now, like it's a different NFL. There's coaches walking away from this because it became a business. Now the players are in control because the players be like, I only had 17 reps last week. I want 31. So
And the
now I'm gonna
coach
enter the portal and get paid.
and
So
I
like you
want
don't know who like you don't know who's gonna stay on your team. You have no
okay.
contracts. You have
That's
no
but
contracts, so they can just leave.
I think if you're gonna have a coach that's gonna wrap these kids up in like a no nonsense, we're moving on to Cincinnati.
No,
It's
dude.
Belichick.
Let me ask you a question, John Boy. You have kids, you have young men, just like me. Like, what can you tell a kid? Like, kids think because they have a phone that they have more knowledge than you, especially you getting paid for it in college. No matter how good the coach is, you're gonna think your way is better at times because you're like,
Yeah,
I'm making $3.7 million this year.
because
Like,
it's a
how's this dude
kid.
gonna tell me that I
Yeah.
can't? It's like, and Belichick is a hard nosed coach. He's not a player's coach. Like
So you're thinking
he
he's gonna be
fucking he's gonna
pushing
make
more
it
players
difficult.
away than
Yeah,
bringing
like
them
he
in.
like come on, man. Like you like the Belichick way. The reason
Yeah.
why he is the greatest coach of all time to me is because how he coached. You think he could coach college players the same way that he coached NFL players?
Yes,
Honestly,
absolutely.
I don't think they fall in line, man. I don't think these young kids don't like being told what to do. They don't like being,
No,
especially if another team won't tell you what to do.
no.
It's
Some of them
shameful
don't.
to
Some of them don't, but
them.
some of them do, and he's gonna
You
weed
see in
them out.
Alabama.
And yeah, I think
Alabama's a perfect example of like a coach that doesn't have their team under control. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, and you got people with money and egos that fucking because of this nil. Like, it's so much better. He could fucking have another Super Bowl caliber team in the NFL. Why would you go down to college and have that headache?
That's
The
big money.
catcher will have that headache.
All
You know
right,
what I mean?
Joey. Thoughts on Belichick,
Come
right
on, Joey.
quick.
Belichick, he's got money.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got money. I mean, I don't really see. I think the way he's it's not how much North Carolina Tar Heels have pursued him. It's how much he's pursued the North Carolina Tar Heels. Because I've not seen anybody else that he has actually, you know, interviewed and went to go see or whatever, been as interested as in North Carolina, or if anybody for that matter that I've heard of. So I think if Belichick goes to Carolina already had, man, they had Drake May. Drake May. I mean, they can recruit. They can recruit. I mean, anybody on, I think, anybody on the Tar Heel start on the second line can start and play against another conference or something. Of course, not as big as a big conference, but I think if Belichick comes, the recruiting will come, and then Carolina
Okay.
will be a big contender.
Well, I think
I'm
that's
not a
enough
Tar Heel
about.
fan.
No,
Let's,
that's
let's throw that out there.
No,
By the
yeah,
way.
no,
we
no,
know.
I'm not saying that. I get that. Like,
Well, you sure as hell sound like it.
no, but I get that. I get that what you're saying, but I just don't think that like he wants to deal with kids,
Yeah.
like
That's
coaching
pretty
kids.
true,
I just
man.
don't. I
He's
don't.
no Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
He ain't
because
put
like
up with the bullshit.
because the crazy shit, like the
Dion
thing about
coaches his
being
own
on an
fucking
NFL team,
kids.
like
Let's not get
if
into that.
somebody don't agree with his program and won't listen to him, like
Yep.
like
I
I don't
got
know,
you.
man. I just
I
don't think
got
that
you.
he would.
Jerry Judy,
I
Brady
just don't
I
think that he would want to fucking raise kids
and
because
then
that's a different. That's a whole different
Titans.
let,
energy, man.
let's get off Belichick and get on to a next potential maybe head coach in the NFL. There have been talks that Mike Vrabel
Mhm.
may make another appearance. The top three right now that they're talking are Jets, Saints, and Bears. Jimmy, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, ooh. If I was a coach, I would go with Bears because the Jets, you don't know what they're going to have next year at quarterback. And Bears have they got a team. They just got to work on their. Once again, we're talking like I feel like same thing I said with Miami. They need their offensive line is horrible. Like they lead the league in pressures and quarterback sacks. You know, like
But
but
this is
like
this
I
is for the
but the
next year.
yeah, but like I think they're because they got a halfway decent defense, a young defense that and that's he's built that he can improve and he put coordinators around that. I would go to Bears, man. I would. Because you got a young and up and coming quarterback, you got fucking serviceable running backs. You like a solid. They're not showing it this year, but a solid receiving core. They got good receivers on the
Bears are
Chicago.
definitely like I would think the obvious team to go to. They're the
Yeah.
younger team. They're like you said, they have the most obvious weapons. It's definitely not a win now team. But neither are
Mhm.
the Jets.
Mhm.
Neither are the Saints.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it makes most sense to go Bears. I thought I would throw the Dolphins in there, but since our earlier discussions that
I think
we believe that McDaniel's probably gonna
got one
be
year.
given another year.
I think he's got one year. And then
Um,
like but the bad part is I think McDaniels all next year it's gonna be like McCarthy. They're gonna be talking about like fucking third game of the season. Let that bitch lose one or two games. Third game of the season, they're gonna be talking about fucking finding a new coach. You know what I mean?
I would like
So,
to see Vrabel in Miami. I would like to
yeah.
see Vrabel and Josh Fields in Miami next year. Joey, your thoughts on Vrabel coming back coaching? Where do you think he goes?
So, but my Babel, he was a linebacker, right? He's a
Yeah.
defense guy.
Yeah.
So,
But he has touchdowns.
but he has touchdowns.
he does it.
I think he's like 4 for 4
Yeah.
or some
Yeah.
shit like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. He got that chance.
yeah. I mean, it make more sense. I mean, I guess if, to go to a more defensive minded team for him to make him. I'm not saying he's not, more well rounded. It can be an offensive guy, which he very well is. But
Mhm.
I'm just saying, as a defensive guy, I think if he went to a team that had a better defense and strengthened it up and got it going like that, maybe the Jets. You said the Jets, and the Jets are like probably in the top 5 or 6 defenses.
Okay. So he gets a team that I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he goes away,
But
right?
he's
Like
gone. They're not going to rely on him after this season.
yeah,
No, he's done.
So who
Rodgers
you
needs to
have a
go the fuck
quarterback?
away.
You have a quarterback, stack defense, or whatever.
He's going
Okay.
like Rogers is begging for his job back, man. Like you see,
I mean,
like
you got to lay off
he's
the
ready to start.
DNT because
Dude, they're having Netflix shit about
Yeah.
him now
Yeah,
too,
he's
about him
not having
getting rubbed
he's like,
down with
please,
hot
I want to play
towels and
football
shit.
next year. Like he's
hell
begging, man.
yeah.
Like he's begging. Dude,
He
he's
should have
begging.
walked away
Crazy.
from the game when he left the fucking Packers. Like, dude, you could have been on top.
Yeah.
Like,
He shouldn't have left the
just
Packers
yeah,
Yeah.
because
just
fucking he
didn't.
left and
Now
they
Jordan
fucking
Love's going to forget you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just
Fucking
crazy he
hey.
should have left.
Well, do you guys have anything else before we go that you want to talk about?
No, I'm pretty much good, man. Like we
Man,
talked
me
about
too. I
everything.
enjoyed it. I was nervous a little bit
Yeah.
going into it because but
Man, we're just talking, drinking beer.
you're right.
Man. all
That's
it is.
great, man. It was fun. Man. I loved it.
That's it.
I loved it.
Right.
Appreciate you guys having Chevy. Let him do a little. He
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Dude, like John Boy, like you have to, man. Like little man, like dude's got knowledge, man. You gotta let him talk. You gotta let him spit. You know? Like that kid might teach us something, man. Like that
Yeah,
kid's
well,
knowledgeable, man.
we're gonna
He ain't
give
young.
screen time as much as we can, but Jimmy, we
Yeah.
are
Oh
on
yeah, yeah.
YouTube,
Hey,
and
that's what
he
I
is.
told him. I said, yeah, he's in there to what?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about future reference. That's all. I'm
Oh,
saying.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, I ain't
sir.
talking
Well,
about that. No, I'm talking
or
about
if Cherry wants to start his own podcast, and then we'll come on his. We'll do that. There we go.
Yeah, I think I'll be better. We'll get him a little thing. Like I'm
yeah,
using
dude.
his,
Like,
like I said, I'm using his MacBook because I've got
Yeah.
a Chrome over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off my. As a matter of fact, I'm about to get off my Chrome and play some Tiger Woods 2006.
There you go.
on my PlayStation.
Come on.
That's 06 Tiger Woods on my PlayStation 2.
Yes,
Fucking
sir.
A.
That was a good
There it
year, man.
is.
That's a
Classics.
good year. That's my game, man. That's my game.
Oh yeah.
Well, Joey, thank you so much for coming
Guys, thank
on.
you.
Jimmy, again, it's been another great week,
Always,
and
brother.
we'll see
Good meeting you, Joey.
everyone next week.
Oh yes, sir. Nice meeting you too, Jimmy.
Lights are flashing neon bright. Feel the rhythm in the night. Heart